I'm Veronica. Welcome back to one of my sewing tips. I'm going to show you how to do a tailor's tack. I'm from Dorcas Designs. Thank you for joining me. What is a tailor's tack, you might say? Well, a tailor's tack is where we mark the position of where either a dart or, for example, a pocket piece will be placed. And it's for to mark other positions of other things as well. I'm going to show you here as an example a pattern piece I've got here, which is a trouser, a trouser leg, and it's got the markings of where a tailor tack would go. So this is what we call a dart. Not sure if the camera can see there, but it's marked with this triangle here. And it's got an asterisk here at the point of the triangle, which is called the apex. And it's got two notches at the end, which are called, this is the dart legs. And it's got two notches at the end. This is where you'd put your tailor tacks. It's just basically markings of where you're going to place them on your garment. You're transferring the markings from the pattern piece onto the garment. And they're usually marked with an asterisk. Here there's one for the pocket, one each end of the pocket. Or some pattern pieces do them with a circle, mark them with a circle. But today I'm just going to show you how to actually do them, and also an example of one on a garment here. This is a top, and it's got a dart on it, just to show you what a dart looks like. You might say, what's a dart? So this is a side dart here, bust dart, and it's got the triangle. And it's been stitched up at the triangle. That's the end bit, what I've just showed you with the two dart legs. And it's met at the point there, the apex. You can see there, the apex point there. Sewn up there, that's a side dart. So this is, that's so here where I showed you here, the edge here, where we've got to mark the tailor tacks by the dart legs. This is the dart legs here, and it's been stitched up. And it's met at the apex here, that's the point. I'll show you on here, that's the point there. This is actually a side dart, just showing you there. You can see on this garment there. Can you all see that? So I'm going to demonstrate now how to do a tailor's tack. Now, it's very easy. Now, as you see, I've got here two pieces of fabric, because they normally go through two pieces of fabric, what you're stitching together. So, just as a demonstration, this is my little marking here, which will represent the asterisks on this pattern piece, or, as I said, sometimes it's marked with a circle. So I'll put a little circle there where I'm going to do my tailor's tack. Can you all see that? Great. So, if you just pretend that this is just imagine that this is my pattern piece here. Now I'm going to get a needle. So I'd suggest you get a needle that's suitable for your fabric, that's not too thick, not too thin. So I'm going to use this needle, and one that you can see the eye as well. And I'm going to thread it up with some thread, which is like a different colour thread, so I can see it. So you can see it better. Just trim off the end there to make it easier to thread. And you thread up your needle here, if you can all see. Thread it in there. Or if you prefer, you can use a needle threader, which is here, needle threader. If you've got a needle threader, I think I'll use that. A needle threader here, so you can see. Pop it through there, the needle threader, if you don't know how to use it. Oh, a bit fiddly. So poke it through the hole of the needle. So you can see I've done that, through the hole of the needle. And then I put my thread, you can see there, through the other end of the needle, pulling it through, pushing it through. And then pull that through there. You can see there. Oops. Bit fiddly, bit tricky. And then I'm going to just pull it through like so. There you go. It's easy to do, to thread a needle. Like that. And then I'm going to take off some. Not too much though, because you want to get tangled up if it's too long. A bit like that. And we're going to have it double. We're going to have this double. Double our thread. There, so the two ends meet. There. Just have it lined up, or you can trim it. It's up to yourself how you want to do it. Line the both line them up like that. So like that. And here we're going to do our tailor tack now, if you can see. Let's move these out of the way so you can see. See? So, we pick up our fabric here, 2 layers of fabric. And I'm going to put the needle in one end of the circle or the asterisk, and bring it out and pull it all the way to the other end of the fabric, and then pull it through the other end. Can you see that, how I'm doing that? So I'm making a stitch, I'm forming a stitch, a big stitch. So just pull it through like that. Pull it through slowly, not too fast, because you want to leave about 2 inches tail here. See, I've left 2 inches, about 2 inches there. And then you put it in again, back into the same way you went in before, to the same side where you first went in, and out the other end again. But this time, you're going to leave a loop of about, I'd say about 2 inches. Yeah, like that. Can you see that? Can the camera see that? Okay, so it's left a loop of about 2 inches. Or certainly no less than 1 inch anyway, so it's up to you. Got that? And then I'm going to cut it with a pair of trimming scissors here, the same length as that, another, again 2 inches that end. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. That's your tailor tack. And the other side, how it looks there, see, it's nice and neat tailor tack there. See, it's got 2 tails, a tail there and a loop in the middle. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. You see there? And I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. It's basically transferring, making a mark to show where. So what you do next, you separate it here and you pull it gently. Gently pull it. See how I'm pulling it? Can you see that? I'm separating it now, pulling it, see? Pulling it there. And it will stop, then it stops there because we made a loop, didn't we? So it stops, it'll stop there. And then what you do now, you take your trimming scissors, can you see that? And you trim it in the middle. Trim it in the middle. So trim one in the middle and trim the other one in the middle. There. And that is your tailor tack. See? That's easy as anything. And they don't come out easily because you do a little bit longer so they don't come out. So that's basically marking. That would go here on your fabric. You'd have it on top of your fabric like that, and you do it through the pattern piece, and then you pull off the pattern piece, and it'll be there, so it's in the right place of your fabric. And that's how you do tailor's tacks. Very easy. Thank you for watching. I hope you learnt how to do tailor's tack today. Very basic, very easy. Thank you for watching.